Hi everyone and welcome back. I wanted to use this short video today to talk a little bit about drop rosters and the purposes of drop rosters. So drop rosters are very important for our reporting, and it's something that we have to do. And so it's a Title V requirement as well, and you can look at the regulations if you're really interested in that. It gives you that on the sheet. It's pretty simple though. So basically you get your roster, and one of the things that they mention is any student attending class must be enrolled, no exceptions. So something that you could do, I actually had this with one of my Promise classes. I was concerned that a student wasn't currently on my Canvas shell, and I checked this morning and he was here on the roster. That's really important, and particularly for me with the Promise class, if our students don't take the class and they don't get credit for it, they actually get dropped from the program. But for most classes, you want to just make sure that that's the case as well, that there's a one-to-one correlation between someone on your drop roster that you receive from admissions and what is on your Canvas roster or your Gradebook. And so you could look in those different places to make sure. They indicate on here that you should drop students who no longer attending by providing the last date of attendance. And you could click on here either no show or date last attended on here. And then just going back to the point about your Gradebook is you can certainly go to your Gradebook via Passport and print a copy of your roster, and then you could compare the two side by side, or you could also do that in Canvas. Probably very easy just to have that up on the screen, and then you could just look at your paper copy here. And also it's just key, once you're done with your rosters, you should go to the back page, and it says on here a little note which we'll talk about, but basically you're just going to sign the roster there. Okay, very easy to do, just sign the roster. And this note is pretty important just to make sure that we get these into the one-stop into admissions. Please compare the census roster against your student attendance records. If the student never attended, please place a check mark in the column marked no show. If the student stopped attending, put the date they stopped attending in the column marked drop. And so we kind of just talked about that. Sign and return to admissions and record at your earliest convenience, but no later than noon on Friday, October 4th. Failure to sign census rosters could result in your pay being withheld. We appreciate your assistance in maintaining accurate student attendance records. And so that will actually be Friday, October 4th. That is, we're currently in week 3. So obviously this date is going to vary with the quarter that we're in. Just be sure to make sure of that fact if you're teaching in winter or spring or whatever. Just be sure to make sure that when you get this, you look at that date and you get these back to admissions no later than that date. I always would try to get them earlier. You could then also take this to, if you're here on campus, you could take it directly to the one-stop to admissions, or you could go into B100, which is our mailroom. You could drop it in the one-stop box there, and then you should be set as far as having that all done. For electronic classes or for distance education classes, you typically will get these emailed to you, and then they have a procedure stated there, so be sure to follow their procedures as well. So that's it on drop rosters. If you have any questions, be sure to reach out to me, but just make sure you do these because they are important for our recording and reporting procedures here at Lake Tahoe Community College.